Good morning, gang. Thursday morning and all is well. Now, I know that you're all heavily invested in my hair situation because I've been banging on about it every day, and that's why I couldn't go live yesterday, just because it was just like beyond. So I went to the hairdressers yesterday to have my extensions lifted and also to have the color done. And basically, long story short, I was there 6 hours and it's still not right. So the story is, when I first went to have my extensions, it was a lovely girl at the hairdressing salon called Monica, and she nailed it. She got the color perfect. It was beautiful. The next time I went back, she was away, and so I had somebody else, and he basically fucked it up. And so she was trying to correct it yesterday. It's still not right. It's very yellow. So I've got to go back in 3 weeks. She's going to redo it for me. We're going to get it right, and then I'll be happy. But yeah, it's after sitting in the chair for like 6 hours yesterday, it's really not looking any freaking better. Anyway, enough about that. What I'm about to do is share inside my group, and then we can get on with it, because I know you're not interested in hearing about my hair. I've got a juicy one for you today. Money follows clarity. All right. I'm a little bit later this morning because I had to get lots and lots and lots of stuff done. I've got a busy coaching day today. So my first client is at 11 o'clock, and then I'm coaching. I've got a little gap where I'm going to duck to the gym, and then I've got coaching all the way until about 5:30 tonight. So big coaching day. So that's why I'm a little later, and why you guys aren't on live, but that's okay. You'll watch the replay. All right, so I want to talk to you about money follows clarity. This is really one of my fundamentals. It's one of the things that I do with any coaches that come along to work with me. And if you're new to my community, my name is Michelle Hext from michellehext.com, and I'm a business coach and a business strategist for coaches. I work exclusively with coaches or people who want to become coaches because they've had success in a chosen field. So you might be a hairdresser that's got a successful salon, or a personal trainer who's a successful personal trainer. You might be an accountant who's a successful accountant. You might be a martial arts school owner who's very successful at that. And then I help you become a coach so that you can coach people to be successful like you. So that's what the work that I do. And one of the fundamentals that I work with any client that comes to me, whether they've been coaching for a while or whether they're a new coach, I'm just seeing my ring is generating a... Anyway, so whether they've been coaching for a long time or just a short amount of time, or they're just starting out, that one of the fundamentals that I want to get really clear on is, well, there are many things that I want them to get clear on, because I know that if they're confused in any way, if they're, not 100% clear about certain things, then we're going to build a really rocky foundation, and they're just not going to get anywhere. Because at the end of the day, if you're confused about what it is that you do, if you're not clear, then that's going to translate into your messaging, where you just show up online because you know you're supposed to, and you just make a noise and nobody really understands the point of you being there. They might like you and they might sit through your live streams, but they actually don't know what's the point, why. If you're getting people engaging with you but nobody's signing up, it's because they're not clear about what you do. So it translates there, it translates on your website, it translates on your offering. It just makes it very difficult for anybody to understand exactly why they would work with you and what it is that you do. So these are a couple of things that I think are really important for you. I've made notes for you to be really clear on. And that is, what is it that you're really selling? So what is it that you're really selling? And so what I mean by that is, what is the outcome that you deliver? And so one of the things that I work with my coaches immediately is helping them find their sweet spot, so that they know exactly, what is the work that they do better than anybody else? What is the outcome that they can deliver with predictability, so that they know that they can get a result for their clients, and they can do it with ease. It shouldn't have to be hard work. And so you need to know what you're selling. What is the outcome you're delivering? So that's the first thing you need to be clear on. And the second thing you need to be clear on is, why should anybody give a crap? Like, what's in it for them? What is the reason that anybody would want to click buy or to click on a discovery call with you? Why? What is in it for them? It's basics. It's really basic stuff. Hey, Brett, good to see you on. But a lot of people are skipping that step. You know, they're not getting clear. They come into the coaching space and they call themselves a coach, and then and that's kind of the extent of it. You know, there's nothing compelling about their offers. There's nothing compelling about their messaging. There's nothing that makes a person say, I need to work with that person because I know they can help me. And that's what clarity does. And if you're unclear, it's going to take a long time for you to get any traction, if at all, just because confused people don't make decisions. And if you're confused, they're going to be more confused. You might think you're getting away with it, but if you're uncertain about anything in your coaching business, whether it's, you know, am I really good at this? Can I really get results? Who are my clients? Or, you know, who are my dream clients? What is it that I'm selling? What is the outcome that I know I can deliver? If you're not clear on any of those things, it's going to be really hard for you to make sales and take on coaching clients. So you've got to be clear on what it is that your people want, you know, and then you can fashion your messaging around that. You can fashion, you know, once we know what your sweet spot is, and you know, this is exactly what I want to do, and these are the people that I want to be doing it with, that's when you can really get clear on your messaging. You can get clear on your offers, all that sort of thing. And when you do that, and you know who you're speaking to, you know who your niche market is, then you can be clearer about all of those things. And then, you know, the people that are listening to you and engaging with you are going to know that, oh, this person does this thing. You know, they're really confident at what they do. They really know their stuff, because every time I watch them on a live stream or read one of their blogs or their emails, I can really see that they know what they're doing. This is going to be the person for me, or this is the person that I'm going to reach out to first. And so when you have all of that stuff in place, when you're really clear about the outcome that you can deliver for your clients, and your packaging is clear, your messaging is clear, that's when the money comes in your coaching business. So a lot of people are so driven by racing into showing up online and, you know, sharing their message and all that sort of stuff, but they haven't done the fundamentals. And all that does is just create more noise on the internet that actually doesn't go anywhere. As I say, you might have people that engage with you. You might have people that say, oh, that's great, you know, I really love listening to you. But if they're not buying, it means that they don't necessarily know what you do or why they should care and how you can help them. So you've got to get clear around that. Do that and the money will follow. Now tomorrow I am running my free masterclass. It's a 1 hour masterclass. If you want the workbook that goes along with it, I suggest that I'm just going to grab the link now. I suggest that you make sure that you're in my free group, which is Secret Coaches Business. I'm just going to add a comment, because this is where all the action takes place. That's where I'll be live on my page. But if you're in my group, you're fine, because you'll see the workbook tomorrow morning pop up before the live stream. But if you're on my page, make sure that you go to my group, join my group, and then you'll have access to the workbook, so that when I go live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Melbourne time, and I run the masterclass, you will be able to access that workbook. The masterclass is on finding your niche. So if you, just let me go to the events tab so I can just make sure that all the information's there. Yeah, finding your coaching niche. So that's what tomorrow's masterclass is about. I'm running that one because I'm getting a lot of questions around niching. Hey, Rach. And a lot of the coaches that have signed up for the Startup Coach Success Accelerator, that's the work we're doing in our first session, because they really need that help on the niching stuff. So I'm doing a lot of work around niche right now. I know it's really important. It's often the first place that I want you to start when you work with me privately, so that we can really start to unpack all of the things that make you special, make it really clear to your potential audience or to your audience, and then have them say yes or take the next step. Because having people say yes and engage with you online and, you know, say you're great and all that sort of stuff is one thing, and it's, you know, it's always good for the ego. But if they're not actually clicking book a discovery session or buy now, then there's something that's unclear usually a lot of the time. So yeah, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, it'll be live on the page. I'll be live inside the group as well. But if you want the workbook, make sure that you go to the group. The link is in the comments. That's a wrap. I'm gonna head off. Oh yeah, I guess that's it. I've got a tiny little note here. That's the thing that I want to say about doing this work, really getting clarity. That's the hardest work you'll ever do as a coach, especially as a new coach or as a coach that's been coaching and you're not enjoying your work or you're not making the money that you want to be making because you just don't feel like you're in your zone. The hardest work that you'll ever do is getting that clarity piece and really unpacking what makes you great, making sure that your packages are really clear, making sure your messaging is really clear, making sure that people just know what it is that you do and that you're good at it. And sometimes it's very, very difficult to do that on your own just because we're too close to our own stuff. We really are. And having a coach help you to unpack that stuff is probably the best investment you'll ever make because it is the most difficult part. When you know what you're talking about, when you look at your website, that's fine, Brett, there will be a recording and sorry to hear that you have to attend a funeral. When you can look at your website or your sales page and you feel really proud of it because you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I do. One of the things that I have my coaches do a lot of the time is go back and refer to their sales pages because I want them to be really clear about, oh yeah, this is what I do and this is why I do it. And all of that stuff becomes super, super clear. Then they can go and be powerful in their messaging. And, the way that I pick up my clients, and unless they're referred to me, it's through my content, like the content that you're watching right now. My inbox fills up when I do live streams that have impact. And the reason they have impact is because I'm actually helping you every time I show up live put another piece of the puzzle together. I want you to have some sort of, oh yeah, I either want to remind you, yes, I know I need to do that, or oh my God, I didn't even think of that, and go and implement it. And that's why I'm successful, because I'm solving problems for people. I know what the problems are. I'm really clear about what it is that I do. I'm clear on the outcomes that I deliver. And I want that for you too, because if you can do that, the money will follow 100% every single time. Any confusion is why the money is not flowing. And so, as I say, working with a coach to help you get clear on that, I would do that. That would be one of the first. If I was stuck in that place, that would be the first thing that I would do. And on my website, I offer a 3-part strategy session. So maybe you don't need a whole coaching series. And the 3-part strategy session is basically I send you a pre-strategy questionnaire. And then from there, we do our coaching call or strategy call, and then there's a follow-up call as well 2 weeks later, so that I make sure that you've understood everything, you've been implementing, and then we can go from there. But essentially, you might not need a whole coaching series, but you might not know you might be really fuzzy on all of the things that I spoke about. And sometimes the best investment is just getting clear. And that is one of my strengths, helping coaches to do that. So the strategy session is on my website, which is michellehext.com. I'll see if it'll quickly come up so I can pop that in the comments for you as well. But that would be the one thing that I would invest in very quickly, because you could go for a very long time running into walls, making mistakes and not moving forward fast enough because you're not clear. That lack of clarity is what's going to keep you stuck every time. It's going to be the thing that has you go off on tangents, or start sharing your message and things like that, and then end up back at square one because you're not getting any traction. So it's the best investment you'll ever make, honestly. If you can do invest in something like that straight off the bat, I would do that. My startup coach success accelerator, why did I call it that? I always have to think too much about it because there are too many words. All of my programs have too many words every single time because I'm just trying to explain what it is in the title. And I'm not very, I'm good at it for other people, but when it comes to myself, not that great at coming up with names. Anyway, the link to my website's there, so go and check that out. I think it says want a breakthrough fast. Click on that, and that's the 3-part strategy session. That's normally $1,500. It's on sale at the moment, half price, so it's $750 US. And as I say, it's a 3-part session. It's money well spent. If you are unclear, you don't know about the direction that you want to take your coaching business in, you feel like you're kind of almost there, but you're not quite there. It may, for some of you that might seem like a stretch financially, but that money will come back tenfold. The minute you get clear and you can start to open up with your messaging and actually start to speak to your people's problems and let them know without a doubt that you know how to solve them, your inbox will start to fill up with people who want to work with you. Anyway, that's it. That's a wrap. I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock when I run the Niche Masterclass. As I say, if you want to be... if you want the workbook, because I want you in my group, make sure that you go to Secret Coaches Business, the group, and the workbook will be in there tomorrow morning. All right, take care. Have a good day. Bye.